What's up, everybody? I don't even know how to say the right words now. Okay. What's up, everybody? We are the local show. My name is Bryan, and we got Shayna and Joe with us today. We are from Ventura, California, and our mics are working now.
Check 1, 2, yeah.
This is our first show, so everything's going to be
so professional. I feel
everything's
like
going to be so bad.
I feel like
everything's
I'm on
going to
a
go
real
so
show.
terribly. It's going to be a shit show to watch for sure.
We may just rename the show after tonight. Too.
We might, yeah. So we're playing this guy Artie. What's his full name is? I'm sorry, I have it in front of me. Jason Artisan. And Artisini. And he's
Brian's
a
not
local.
from here.
He's a local musician, and he's incredible. I can't show it right now, but you got to look him up. It's Artie. And he was a part of a band before this, right?
What was the band, Joe?
Yeah, he was a part of the Rubberneck Lions, which was a ripping band. And back when there were gigs around, they were playing all over town, and I'd be playing around the same times. And they were the crazy ones that would like get up on the rooftop of a venue and play on the rooftop, and us old guys were like, I don't know if I can get up that ladder with my guitar in. And they put on a hell of a show, and it's really cool to hear Artie's stuff coming out now. And apparently he played it all himself.
Did every instrument, yeah.
Yeah, and there's like 5 of them in the video. I don't know how much I'm supposed to give away, but he is ripping, man.
There's a lot of him in this video. I got it.
There's a lot of Arties.
Yeah, there's a lot of Arties.
Yeah, which is dangerous.
Yeah, we'll have to play his video. He's actually going to be on the show next month.
Okay, there you go.
Cool.
So, he has a solo album under the name Artie, and check him out. But there is so much talent in this area that I think no one really has really discovered outside of, I guess, what we know of.
Well, you're not really used to that because you're new here.
I mean, I came from the valley, from the San Fernando Valley, and I grew up in Tarzana and moved to Thousand Oaks in like the 2000s and just moved to Oxnard area.
How do you like it so far?
It's interesting.
It's different.
It's very different.
It's a different vibe on the other side of the grade, isn't it?
Definitely. It's like a whole nother farmland country over here. But it's I love the weather. First of all, the weather's great.
Cooler.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what the local side of music has to bring this coming year once everything starts opening again.
Yeah,
and that'll be just an amazing thing to collaborate with other musicians once we can.
I can't wait for local music again. It's been so long to hear any kind of live music.
Yeah, it's been a damn wrong while, but yeah, I mean, I've been playing music for over 20 years. Going to the pay to play Sunset Strip, that whole thing, and back in the day, you used to have to sell tickets. I mean, you're familiar with this, Joe, right?
Yeah, that's how I lost all my hair.
Yeah. That's how.
That's why you're wearing that sweet hat tonight, right?
Yep.
That's why I wear a bandana and my face grew hair instead.
That's why I don't wear anything.
Not having front, it's funny because I think there was like an interview a while back, long time ago in the mid-'90s or something like that, when Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam were coming up, and he was saying, like, yeah, I wasn't a popular kid growing up, and I'm like, yeah, I wasn't either. I couldn't even sell tickets to half of my shows at the Roxy.
So when you grow up, you can be Eddie Vedder too.
Yeah,
is that the moral of the story?
You can be Eddie Vedder too if you wanted to.
Dude,
Chuck like this.
That's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get a lot of ukuleles.
Yeah, that's true. How did you promote music back in the day? I mean, internet came in the late 90s. That's when bands started that's when I started to really notice, I can reach a lot of people through the internet.
I never caught on to that, and I still kind of haven't. I started very early, like you mentioned, the Sunset Strip and all of that stuff. I remember, as long as my grades were good, I was like maybe 14, 15 years old, and my mother, who was a retired school teacher, but at the time working in Ventura Unified School District, would drive me down, and I'd be playing with like dudes that were 25 or 30 from Musicians Institute and those cats. So I was like the little kid all the time. And I remember you mentioned Roxy, whiskey, all that stuff. My first actual gig at Roxy, I think it was Roxy. Yeah.
Because we're about the same age, right? Like early 40s, yeah.
Like, well, I'm 32, but
Me too.
you don't look a day
You
over.
guys
I
both-
just turned
Yeah.
32.
You guys both turned 41 last week. Who are we kidding?
Oh,
Oh, is that what it was?
You're like 3 days apart.
Is that why I have all this gray on my beard? Okay.
which birthday was yours again?
The 1st of March.
The
yeah.
first, and I was the third. So
Yeah. there
I'm
you go.
technically older than you.
That's true. That's
Not-
true.
Maybe
Yeah.
not
hard.
wiser.
It's hard hanging out with these old guys.
Yeah, the old fellers.
But yeah, making a name for yourself was pretty rough back in the day. I mean, the Ventura area had a sort of like a
Yes,
rolling
Had a
scene,
scene, yeah.
and that I didn't know about. It was kind of like this. I mean, I guess you had to be in Ventura to kind of know about it.
Yeah, well, I've only been in this area for about 12 years, so I didn't get some of the early 90s stuff. I've just heard about it.
Mm. Well,
But yeah, it's from what I've seen, it's really evolved. You know, I think now it's like it's so cool that because you've got this local scene, you get to hear about, you know, people locally making music, and that's, you know, obviously that's kind of how we heard about Artie's song.
and so like, how did you discover Artie, for example? Because I mean,
Yeah, well, back when I used to do the VC Buzz magazine, we actually
Mhm.
did a cover with the Rubberneck Lions, and that's when I met those guys. And
they were playing around a lot, I guess, at the
They
time.
were big, and I was actually, you know, I moved here from Texas. I knew nobody. I didn't know anything about the scene, so I got really lucky doing the magazine. I got exposed to so much of the music, and yeah, it's just I've been gone a few years, so I'm kind of excited to get back, and hopefully live music will start again soon.
Yeah, seriously.
Mm.
Yeah, my dad was on the radio for a long time. He was a radio personality for like over 50 years. And yeah, back in the day, it was just such a different vibe to listen to music. You had these guys on the radio that were kind of like your best friends sharing mixtapes with you, almost like just the new singles that I guess, you know, the record labels would you know, tell the radio people to play.
Well, that's how you learned about new music.
But
was
they-
through the DJ.
Otherwise you'd have to write a letter, or you know, I don't think fax machines were even invented that, you know.
Yeah.
So it was very accessible. It was just like in the air, and it was this movement like no other when the 60s hit. And it was, you know, he was just a master at the songs, the intros. He knew every like second up until when the lyrics started, you know, so he can just drop out right away. And he just had all these different tips and tricks
That's
that
hard.
he would just constantly, you know, that was your craft back in the day, was to be able to make it smooth and really rich and just enjoyable for other people to listen to. And you know, they affected the local community. You know, it wasn't like they were trying to broadcast to the internet like we are.
Well, it kind of created a scene. So if, you know, you've got, you know, I guess the way it works is the program director, they decide the music, or is
Mhm.
that maybe a collaboration with the DJ, and, you know, that kind of in turn is what shapes the scene.
Yeah, it's well, it was a lot more purist back in the day. Then I think it got really convoluted over time.
Yeah. I would have to say, you know, I can remember, now that we've established that we're both 41 apparently.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry,
Sorry about that.
we got outed.
Sorry, everybody.
We won't talk about my age.
It is so hot in here. Can I tell you that?
Yeah,
I'm sitting right
it is
behind
warm.
these computers. Holy shit.
But yeah, I remember being a kid listening to your father's show many, many years before I met you,
Yeah.
and listening to that kind of thing with my dad, and he listened to a lot of other things, which I probably shouldn't mention, but
Yeah.
that was the radio of the day, and that's kind of how I was shaped. And then I went into the music business kind of in that game. and boy, is it weird, and I haven't adapted very well to it,
Yeah.
But yeah, and I believe I've got a lot of memories of listening to your dad on
Well, that's
tape, which is really cool.
That's really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't tell you how awesome it is to hear someone that's just especially around my age. I mean, a lot of the people that are fans of my dad are much they grew up with him basically as teenagers in the 60s and 70s, just like he was the same age as them basically, and now they're all in their 60s and 70s, and there's not a lot of younger generations that are really into radio. But who is into radio is Barry Funkhouser, and we got Barry on the line. Barry,
come on, Barry.
How you doing, buddy?
Hello?
Now, Barry.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Now, Barry, you've been a part of the local radio scene for how many decades now?
Well, first off, thanks for having me on your show.
Oh, thank you for being our first guest. This is
Kind of an honor to be your first guest.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
I got a lot to say, so
we'll see how many people end up liking this at the end of the day.
I don't know how long you were. Okay, so we're starting off with the radio questions.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Can I ask you one before you ask me one?
Oh,
sure.
I knew he was going to do this.
Okay, so a lot of us had parents. Like your dad was a famous DJ for a long time, and like a TV guy and everything. He was everywhere.
He tried to be, yeah.
A lot of us people. I mean, everyone I know, they're not very close with their parents, especially their father. So, I mean, for me, I learned kind of what my dad did years after he did it. He just would go to work and come back. And he wouldn't explain himself, and I wouldn't ask questions. Sometimes he would show up with a bunch of lemons, and I'd be like, where are those lemons from? Oh, never mind. I don't care.
It's like he worked in the mafia, but not really.
So,
the lemon industry.
So your dad was in the music industry. So I wonder if he ever took his work home. In other words, did he bring stuff to listen to for his family to make a decision, or like did he bring any of that home with him? Do you remember any of that stuff?
I do later in life, through my teenage years and into my 20s, when I lived at home. He would mainly talk about what moves were happening, like who was going to be, replacing who, or changes that happened at the radio station. It was
okay. So
it was weird.
Stuff.
It was industry stuff, and weirdly nothing trivial. Like there was, he would do events and stuff, and he would, say like, "Oh yeah, I did this," but he would be dad the minute he walked in the door, and he barely ever brought anything home, which it's kind of like a mystery what he did, because and how he was in the office, because I've never really got to see that side of him before he passed away. So it was just it's like this other person I have yet to get to know. So
it's like the same as everyone else and their dad then, most.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you hear these actors and their children, and they just say that their kids are, or their parents are just like, yeah, mom and dad, and it's just a weird normalcy that they kind of grow up in, and I can't explain.
Interesting. I just had that question.
Yeah.
I knew you would have an answer for it. So.
Yeah, it was basically just mostly industry stuff, and oh hey, you got to check out this song every once in a while, but it was very just, I'm dad now, and I have my back room.
He turned it off, and he went home and turned it off.
Yeah, and he would go to his back room where he has his own studio, and he would do his own thing there, and then when he would come out, he'd be like, okay, let's want to go in the backyard and throw some baseballs. I was like, yeah, let's go.
Wow.
So it was just he separated as much as possible, which I'm thankful for. But
that's pretty cool. It's hard to do as a dad too, I assume.
Yeah, I can't imagine. He works so much.
Okay, well, I just wanted to have that. Now, what was your question? How long have I been doing it?
Yeah, how long have you been in radio?
Since 1998.
And what?
Started when I was 17.
What sparked that interest for you?
Well,
Just
I
curious.
was going to school to be a computer-aided drafter, architectural design, and I was in college doing that at Moore Park College. And my grandfather was a country western singer from the 50s and a radio person in the late 50s. He worked at KXLA, I think it was.
Okay, yeah.
Can't remember, but it was the country and western one.
The country and western.
And the western.
Can you say that with an accent?
Country and western over here. Yep. So I had grown up with sort of an entertainment background. So I was, when I was doing my architecture at school, I was entertained by listening to the clowns on the radio, the ones locally here in Ventura.
So
And
you
it sparked
grew up
my
in
interest
Ventura.
because I was able to touch them. They were talking about things in my backyard, and their phone number had the same area code as mine.
Oh, that was,
And they were just
that was
very,
interesting.
touchable. Like they're your almost a real friend.
Yeah, we got a friend.
So-
We got friends. You can call us up here.
Yeah, we have an 805 number.
Oh, you do have a number. Yeah,
we
people can
got-
call in.
They can
We
say hi
do.
and say what's up.
Yeah, call us on the show.
Yeah, we should have somebody test that out because this is your first
This-
show, right?
Yeah, it could go very wrong, very
Really
fast.
bad.
And you're welcome to be a part of that if you want to.
I could volunteer. This is Joe over here. I
Yeah.
could volunteer to step outside.
Joe.
and,
Joe, way
Oh,
over
hi.
there.
but I could call like maybe on the porch or something just to see if it works. And then, but
Well, you have
You
no
did-
faith in the 7 people listening right now.
no, they're not in charge of all this. I was just going to ask you. I had a quick question about something you said about clowns and that
Oh.
type of thing.
Yeah, what
Yes.
happened there? Uh-oh.
What happened? Where'd you guys go? Are
Oh.
you still there?
No, we were wondering
That
if you
was-
had a story about
Oh,
clowns.
if
That
I
was
had
called a
something about
pause.
clowns?
Yeah, it was a pregnant pause right there.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was just talking about me enjoying the clowns on the radio. Local clowns here, the morning zoo, you know?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Those are the clowns. And I said, you know what? I'd like to be a clown.
Metaphorically speaking.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What do you love
Kinda.
about radio? I'm just curious.
The connection with the audience, the beam of light coming from a mountaintop into somebody's ear,
Mm.
the way what it takes to get there,
Mm.
and how reliable the technology is, how instant it is. It's light. It's a message through a beam of light. I think it's pretty cool. Internet radio is cool too. Internet stuff. It's a bunch of zeros and ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what fascinates me is the ability to reach out and touch someone on the real time on like a big level in a way that's like, I don't know, it hits you different. I can't really explain what radio does, but you know when you're listening to it as opposed to other stuff.
Yeah, that's so.
And I think
On
that's
point.
the beam of light.
It's also the theater of the mind. So, you're sitting home and you're listening and you may have seen a poster or something of what the DJs look like, but in your mind you have their voice and you feel like you're sitting in the room, and it's basically it's left up to everybody's interpretation of what radio is. And it's I think that's kind of what makes a good DJ is if they can really kind of set the tone and keep the listener going.
Yeah, it's interesting to think that you couldn't record anything back then. When radio was first invented, so
It wasn't easy.
it was a big deal when a show
Yeah.
came on. You had to be there at a certain time, and it was live, and it was a big production. And now it's just all kind of on-demand stuff. But yeah, I do agree with that live local connection that radio, I think, has missed out on. And I don't know, it's gone away with the times, sort of thing. But
I mean, in some places it's kicking still. Small markets never, little areas, they still depend on radio.
yeah, that's true.
Globally, radio is still in every kitchen. They do like obituaries, or I don't even know what they do.
Really?
They do all kinds of stuff.
Shit.
In Ireland, they read obituaries and stuff.
Wow.
Here's who died in March.
Oh my goodness.
Because everyone knows
lot
each other in Ireland. They're all named like,
All the
Ben or
O'Donnells, all the
something.
O'Monells, all the O'Frankles.
So, okay, now it's 2021, and we've been in quarantine for a year. How has this changed your career in radio? Like this last year, being almost on the radio, a voice for people that are, kind of at home and not doing anything.
Yeah, man, it's kind of awesome. I mean, it's sad that everyone's sick and you can't go out, but it's awesome because it's allowed me to be a lot more relatable. I don't have to put on a fancy show. We can strip it down and be real.
Yeah.
We could talk about our lives and what happens in the world, and it makes content so much more easier to make when you're just doing it that way. And a true professional can put in the necessary points that you need to make inside of one of these types of things I'm talking about. But it's allowed me to be a lot more personal.
Well,
so I can tell people about my garden.
Yeah. What else
What
have you
I'm
been
growing out there.
What have you been doing during quarantine?
Bike riding. I'm riding a bicycle now.
Okay.
That's fun.
What kind of bike do you have, Barry?
Yeah,
I went 7 miles once. I went all the way to the Camarillo Airport. You guys know where that is?
I do, but
far.
depends on context.
That's far.
That 7 mile, was that a round trip or a one way?
Well, I'm sort of at the Camarillo Somas border.
Right. So
Or
without
Rochester.
giving that away, like, is that 3.5 or is that 7
7.
round trip?
I'm gonna say yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at math, but that sounds pretty cool.
I'm gonna lie and say yeah.
Yeah, just say yes. Say like 7 times 2.
Far.
Yeah.
I like saying far more than numbers.
Do you have like a road bike or a mountain bike?
I think he has a cruiser.
No, I got
Segue.
gears.
You got
I
gears?
Gears.
Okay.
I think it's a road bike, but not like with the skinny wheels. It's a mountain bike.
Oh. Do you have
It's
to
a
clip
gravel
in?
Bike.
An Apple bike.
Gravel.
Oh, gravel bike.
What's an Apple bike?
What is an apple?
Are they is Apple making bikes now?
It's bikes now.
I just heard him
It's an
say
iBike.
that. Yeah.
They should make cars.
Sorry.
iBike.
iBike.
Dude,
iBike.
do you go
I
to
don't
that
know what an
place?
apple bike is though. That sounds fun.
Does everything for you. It costs $9,000.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd take one.
Do you go to the airport and eat at that little that rad cafe, the Waypoint?
Oh, that's a good-
Waypoint.
that's a good
You know,
cafe.
I've been there several times. It's a gripe here. I'm gonna give you a gripe.
Ooh, okay. I'm getting into some
Right.
food right now.
I did try to go eat there at Waypoint via bicycle, bicicleta.
Bicicleta.
Mhm.
I got all the way there, and there was a line. I'm telling you, there was a line all the way out and through the parking lot like I've never seen before. 20, 30 people deep.
Damn.
That's every
Yeah.
day, Barry.
It actually kind of like pre-quarantine. You can't even eat there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll tell you one little quick tip. The Humane Society's right down the road. Go adopt like a dog or a cat while you're
Oh,
waiting
I didn't
for
even think of looking
your
at that.
omelets.
Is
Should
that what you're
line up.
supposed to do? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it times out right.
Oh.
Well, they're definitely worth the
Time's up.
wait. Once you actually get in, the food it's worth it.
It is very good.
Yeah, and you soon forget that you waited for an hour.
That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty true.
tasty. I mean, the trick is go there like on a Thursday or sometime when no one's there.
Yeah, don't go on a weekend.
We're going Saturday at 10.
Sounds good.
Now,
do that.
now, Barry, we're friends on Facebook, and occasionally I see some videos of yours, and there are some large turtles in your backyard. Can you tell us about that?
What's that about?
Or they're called tortoises.
Yeah, no, they're Gopherus tortellini. I got that last word wrong.
Isn't that
I
isn't that
think
Sounds
so.
like a pasta.
that's Artie's last name? I think.
Artie tortellini.
Tortellini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gopherus tortellini.
Sound
No,
out.
they're Western Texas desert tortoises, and they've been in my family for
Hundreds of years.
3 generations, 70 years. How many generations?
Oh, are you
is
serious?
That one.
Are they 70
Yeah, my
years old?
grandma had one, and then 3, And then all my aunts and uncles had like a bunch. So over time, everyone moved away. So we're the only Funkhousers in California. So I have 10 of them in the backyard, ranging ages
10?
25 to 80.
Holy smokes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know you had 10.
it was either last June or the June before, we hatched a hatchlet of tortellini. So I have 6 babies kicking it inside here.
How
They're about the size of an egg.
Wow.
the size of like a chicken egg, or how do you
Yeah.
define this? Really?
Yeah.
And they're little tiny tortoise babies that will probably live longer than you or I or anyone else. I know.
120 years.
So definitely
Wow.
living longer than all.
Hey,
of
you
us.
never know.
That's
Well, we're gunning, bro.
120 Earth years.
Now,
Dang.
would you recommend a tortoise as a pet?
I mean, now look, they're endangered species. They're still on the list, so you can't buy them. You can have them gifted to you, or you can donate them to like a tortoise crazy person like me. But you can't sell them.
So it's interesting that tortoises often outlive sometimes people, and it's weird that they're kind of endangered because they live so long. Like they just have
they're
problems
endangered 'cause,
mating. They just can't
Because
get
in
it
the
up,
first
or
5 years of their life, they are crow delicacies, man.
oh,
I mean,
that's-
think of yourself being a black crow out there in the desert, and you see a moving rock. You're gonna peck at it till it opens up.
So
So
I have a question for you, Barry. Do they use the litter box? How does that work for having them as a pet?
they're in like a cage,
Oh, okay, gotcha. So they
like a
don't just
sand cage.
they don't roam your house freely.
Gosh, I hope not.
Okay.
that would be scary.
I'm just
Can you
trying
imagine
to
waking up to a
envision
tortoise?
Barry's house.
They come in sometimes in the summertime. They break on in.
Can you hear them?
They start scratching in the corner. It's like, what the hell is that? Oh, it's a turtle.
Well, luckily you can run away pretty fast. So
But yeah, they make great pets, man. They're good pets.
Wow,
and they're
that's
easy
cool.
to catch too, if they get lost, if they run out of your house.
One
or
would
something.
think.
Yeah.
Do they bite?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
This turned into Animal Planet, guys.
They are like closest to elephants.
Oh.
Baby elephants, mini elephant.
An elephant will bite you if you put your finger next to its mouth. So will
Definitely.
a turtle.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, I'm on camera, right? You guys want to see one?
Yes. Oh, come on.
I'll be right
dude.
back.
Turtle show.
We'll
Sorry,
be right back.
tortoise.
This is the live stream, everybody. You're listening to the local show.
Barry's left
Here,
for a
let's-
tortoise.
Here we go. Let's.
I feel like we're talking to Jack Hanna right now.
I mean,
He's gonna bring one of his
Oh,
animals.
all the
on.
late
There
night
you go.
people have the best guests.
Right?
Like
Our first show, and we have
we have an animal
Animals.
guest. Yeah.
We have Animal Guy.
right.
This is fantastic. I think. I don't know if John Oliver has never had an animal
I
guest
don't
either.
think so.
Well, he doesn't have guests.
I just woke this guy up. Can you see him there?
Oh my gosh.
Be careful, man.
Oh wow.
Wow.
He looks
Sleepy.
pissed.
Pull him back a little bit.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
That's
he's
good
a
shot.
little tortoise.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's like, what's
Yeah.
up? He's not even moving his arms. He's like, I know
He's
I can't
asleep, man.
Oh, is he-
Oh,
is he really?
buddy.
He is passed out asleep. You see an open eye? No, it's nighttime.
Now, what if you put him in a different area? Would he know? Like, would he wake up and be like, where the fuck
Well,
am
I'm
I?
sort of waking him up right now. You can see his
Oh my
you can
God.
see his legs start to move and stuff.
Oh, well, don't go too far with it. We
Yeah.
don't want to.
Turtle Pete's gonna call my house.
Turtle-
Yeah, we don't
What are you
need
doing to
Turtle
this
Peter.
poor youth?
It's Tita.
Cheetah. We don't need Cheetah
See how
calling.
big they are
Cheetah.
here.
Oh, it's pretty. That's a good sized little feller there.
And they're about this size for 5 years. They grow really slow.
Whoa.
Wow.
At about 5 years, they're big enough so that a bird can't pick it up and fly away with it.
Damn.
Interesting.
Birds. I hate birds. I got bird problems. Actually, I used to have bird problems, but I think I
Yeah.
laid the hatchet down, laid the hammer down,
Oh.
took away the bird repellent,
Oh.
I don't have a problem with birds anymore. I'm gonna put this turtle.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. All right, that's Barry's turtle, ladies and gentlemen.
I have bird questions for Barry, but we can move on.
I think we need to move on from the animals.
I'm really liking
love
the animal
animals.
segment.
No, I
But-
love animals. It's just, I think we spend a lot of time on that. Can make like a whole 15-minute clip on that.
Right?
It's crazy.
You okay, Barry? You doing all right?
I don't know if you can hear us.
Probably not.
Take a
Oh, I'm back.
There
Oh,
we
there
go.
you go.
Hello.
All right.
Oh.
You okay?
So, you are on what station? You are on 88.5 FM.
Oh yeah.
Tell
You
the
asked me
lovely
how- what
listeners where people can find you.
You asked me how my career changed in the COVID.
That's
didn't you?
right. I'm a bad host. Let's go ahead with that.
That's okay, because we're getting to that. So I used to work for TuneIn. I still do, but they used to have a whole studio in Venice, and it would be nice to go there. I work for the news department, so I would roll in there in the middle of the night,
That's right. You couldn't go there
edit
after
on the
pandemic.
beach, and then I'm off, and then I'd go to the beach, and then I'd do it again, over and over again. I'd say, you can keep bringing me back here. This is fun. So I did that for a long time, and then COVID closed everything. So I'm still doing that, but from home, which is fun. And in between the time, it's for us broadcasters, it's gotten a little easier to find work. So I've heard.
Well, now, radio and podcasting, that was deemed an essential business. So you still weren't able to go into the office? Even with that?
The company decided to just close.
Oh, okay.
It was very
Oh, man.
expensive, and the majority of what they did was sports. And since there were no sports on tap for a year,
yeah, no
they
business.
were like, "Yo, we're gonna close this and open another one in another few whenevers." But
A lot of businesses
everybody's
have done
liking
that.
working from
A lot of
home,
people from
so
Texas.
who knows?
But
I started doing podcasting. I've been doing podcasting since the dawn of podcasting. But in this time, I've launched a business where I'm a service for people that are into something, whether it be whatever it is. Let's say it's weddings or horticulture or tortoise farming. I make podcasts for those kinds of people. So
That's-
if you're listening and you do a thing, I can make a podcast to support that thing that you do. So I picked up a lot of new clients with that. And one of the clients I picked up was Cal State Northridge, which has 88.5 FM in Southern California,
oh, there you go.
way
Yeah,
down
right.
on the 88.5.
Yeah.
But up here where we are, I think all of you, Joe, you're in the Rillo, aren't you? You still live in Camarillo?
Well, I reside in the Venturas, the Venturas proper, but I work in the Rillo and the Moore Parks and a lot of other places.
All right,
in
so I'm just going to
805.
say that we are all emperors and empresses of the North, which is what I say on my radio show. Anything from the Conejo grade up to Ojai is our land, our territory. We kind of, if we were a motorcycle gang, that would be it. We were
Man.
a Native American tribe,
Thank you.
We were a
for-
bowling team. We're
Well,
the
is it-
emperors of the North. So
Isn't it
I
like
like
the
that.
Isn't the 805 sort of like the representation of Ventura in a way?
it keeps going though. That's all the way up past SLO. That
Yeah,
keeps on
kinda-
going.
really?
It,
Okay.
it
That's in
goes
Meghan
from
Markle territory. Meghan Markle's phone number starts with 805.
yeah. So does Oprah's apparently. I learned this
So we don't
on
count
CNN today.
Oh, from the interview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it,
How did you
it
know
goes.
that? Wait.
See,
how
I
did you
did that.
how'd you
I'm a
get,
professional.
how did you get their area codes from an interview?
They live
Because
in Montecito.
Montecito,
There's only one area code.
there is it, and it lasts. I think like at least the county line to the east of the east of us
Mhm.
to Calabasas area where all the fancy car dealerships are, all the way back up north, or they call it north, but it's really kind of westish, up the coast to like what do you say, San Luis Obispo or something like that. That's still 805. It's a big area code.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
interesting.
don't claim all of it. I just claim from the Conejo grade to Ojai. That's
You know
the
what? Me
hamster
too,
of the
bro.
farm.
Me too.
Well, it's funny because the Ventura County line stops, but yet the 805 area code keeps going.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
Phone numbers.
Yeah.
Phone numbers.
Weird.
Silly phone numbers.
Do you have a phone number, Barry? Just kidding.
It is. It's my
Let's start
company
with
name. It's 567 Podcast. That number once again is 567 Podcast.
Now,
POD.
Oh, you set that one up, Joe.
now what does 567 stand for?
That was a phone number.
Oh, really?
That's it. So
That's all it is.
If your business name starts with a number or an A, you're first in the phone book. That's an old trick.
Yeah, I learned that from bands.
Oh, genius.
My first band was the Accelerators. That's why I had an A, and I was just like, yeah, fuck it. Just put it last.
And I
following.
wanted 1-800-podcast. That number once again is 1-800-podcast. PODCAST. But dad gummit, someone has it.
So now it's
So I
5,
said-
6, 7, 8 podcast. Is that
I
how it
said,
goes?
what about
No,
what about
wait.
866?
No.
No. 877? No. 844? 833? None of them? 976? All of those? No.
976.
What about my Southern California area codes? They were all taken. Everything was taken everywhere
Oh,
except
man.
567 in Toledo, Ohio. And I said, that is a
Toledo.
consecutive number. That sounds like a brand. I'll take it. And that began the 567
I'll take it,
podcast.
sir.
How's Ohio doing for you?
It's just an area code, man. They don't matter. Anyway.
He's not in the
I've
market.
never been
or
to
anything.
Ohio, but I'd like to try it.
I feel like I
Fun.
bought that though. Like you could like really roll with it.
With
Uh,
what?
Oh, the Ohio thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah, Brian and I were discussing this before the show. And we're like, what is 567? We thought maybe it was like some kind of special code or something that we just weren't in the know about.
Hmm.
No, just an area code. If that counts as special.
So when you do podcasts, is it all audio or do you do video podcasts too, kind of like what we're doing?
I'm all in one. I can do anything content related: audio, video, live events, audio books, hand clapping,
Oh, I like hand clapping. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
crayon drawing sessions.
Okay.
And no, I do all of it. I can do whatever. So what happens is I have a conversation with whoever's making the thing, and I ask them what their goal is, and then they tell me, and then I cater to that goal. So if they want to have a recurring podcast that happens every week that talks about a specific topic, then I would build a package where they have social media inclusion, so I can give them pieces for that. And if they want to do a minute-long promotional video for it, I do that. Or if they want to do artwork, I do that. Or
That's
all
great.
that stuff. And if they want me to help them schedule interviews, I can do that too. All of that stuff.
That's
So
great. What are the biggest challenges about starting a podcast? For example, like if someone was interested in something like what we're doing, I mean, because honestly, anyone can do this. Like, we're not special.
No, we're not.
My mom has told me that for
I know you. I
many
know all
years.
three of you, and you all are special.
Oh man.
So step one is to not to lie to your audience.
There you go. Yeah, be honest, be real. I think is good.
We got that.
Any advice for us?
I mean, the first thing I tell everyone is it's a slow game. It's a long game. All right. So take your time. It takes 2 years for anything to happen, unless you're really lucky. The other thing I say is don't bite off too much meat from the barbecue. I say it in other ways, but you get it. Don't do too much
I like barbecue.
Me too.
to accomplish your goal. If your goal is to do a show, don't do 12 things, do a show,
Yeah.
And then as you grow that one show, other things can happen to you, like, oh, there's some help here and there's some help there, and then it's not as difficult. So I pound it into their heads. Don't make your show hard on yourself, because that is the number one reason why pod fade happens for hosts. Like when they go, "Oh, I give up. I'm bored."
I never heard that pod fade. I like that.
Pod fade happens
get
for
gym
hosts, happens for listeners.
I get workout fade a lot.
Not me, bro.
Neither of you work out.
Always telling people to
Definitely
slow down.
Well, that's
Interesting. Yeah.
that's very good advice. I mean, I think one of the things that I think a lot of people get into podcasting and they think anyone that's everyone compares themselves to other people that are in the same field at one point, at some point, I should say. And it's hard not to get discouraged when you're like on your 10th or 15th episode and you haven't seen any growth in a while. I think, what would you suggest to those people? Like, just try to change things up. Like, stick with what you're like interested in and have fun at. Like, how would you?
Yeah, if you don't have any growth, then there's a step that you skipped. Because in the beginning, when you work with 5, 6, 7 podcasts, that's right, 5, 6, 7, I use my architectural background to picture it as though you are building a mansion for yourself. So if you forget a wall or a pipe, you're going to have leaks. Maybe your house will fall down. So what I tell the person, if they have some time on their podcast that it's not growing, it's because they haven't plugged an element in where it be, you say like a new episode every week, or you're not complimenting your social media to promote it in one post, like, or there's got to be a reason why there's stale audience stuff. But with my shows, it never happens because we set it up in a way where it's constantly activating.
That's great.
It's the long game.
Yeah, definitely,
All
especially
right,
for
guys,
this industry.
we have to hire Barry.
That's
He
all.
just sold me.
Hey, Barry.
I'm pretty good at this now, huh?
So
Yeah.
I didn't want to
analogy.
tell everybody that I was probably going to resign this week, but if Barry, do you want my job, man? And I'll just like,
started. What are you talking about? Why are you losing
I'm
people?
too busy.
dude, I know, man.
Just have me on every so often. I like it like that.
Yeah.
Can like sports, food, and politics,
Gardening.
and gardening, and
Can't do
tortoises,
sports.
and everything.
I don't like to do politics
Oh, come on, man.
unless it's about Meghan Markle.
Oh.
Now I gotta watch that interview.
Hey,
I
man.
saw it on YouTube and I was like, I don't have time for this.
Too soon, bro. It's in the 805. We gotta just get.
I don't
this
know how to
event in.
take it, you guys. This is
I don't know
true,
either.
yeah.
Yeah.
worried about getting canceled.
Well, I mean, okay,
There's
so
a lot of that canceling going on. Yeah.
okay, just one quick question about the whole Royals thing. Now Megan grew up in
There's
Ventura.
no quick question here. It's going to be a long answer.
Ventura, she grew up in.
I'm gonna Google so we don't get this right.
Yeah,
Sherman
I mean,
Oaks.
I don't.
Yeah, LA-ish. Yeah.
We don't. We don't
No,
have
she
computers
grew
in front of us.
Sherman Oaks.
I got
It's
this.
important.
Brian's very
you
interested in the
know
royal
where
family.
She grew up in and where she's from. She's a Sherman Oaks girl.
Okay, well, I went to
She's
yeah.
from Sherman Oaks.
Wait, she's in her mid-30s, right?
She is 38. Her and I are the same age. She might be 39. Are you Googling it?
39 August 4th, 1981.
Yeah. So I am 1 month
She went to
older
my high
than
school.
she is.
She probably went to my high school. I went to
Yeah, she's all our age.
Notre Dame and Sherman Oaks. That's crazy. What a crazy life that is. But good for her, you know? Good for her getting whatever shocking news was on the air of her.
See, I really want to say something, but I don't want to get canceled. I don't want it to come out the wrong way is what I'm saying, because I have a take. All right?
Tell
I've
it.
been
Ooh.
I have been watching.
Spill it, baby. Come on.
So I follow my gut. All right, you guys know me as I'm not an orange guy supporter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm on the other side, I guess. I don't know. I don't really pay that close attention to national government. I like paying attention to local government, and all I
Smart.
care about is preserving the farmland. So if you are for that, I will vote for you. Other than that, it's all gobbledygook. Like, I don't care where the stop sign is, and I don't care how much the DUI is. I follow rules. That's for other people. All right, don't take land and turn it into houses.
Interesting.
So,
Sore active.
but I have a gut feeling, and I was watching this interview last night. I'm just gonna tell you guys. I mean, it's not that.
Hey, just go for it.
Okay, and all day, and last night it ended, and I'm watching Twitter, and everything's blowing up on there, and everybody's talking about race, and everybody's talking about, I didn't make her cry, she made me cry, and I'm looking at the way she's talking, all right, the way she's speaking to Oprah, and at this point I'm just watching the interview. And you guys know I'm an audio editor. I edit podcasts.
Please.
I listen to words all day long. I've been doing it my entire life. I listen to people talk. I know what words I can take out. I know where things sound weird and uncomfortable. You know, I know all of the little tricks. I've done a bunch of research, but I'm not a PhD on it. I'm listening to this woman talk to Oprah, and I'm hearing a lot of things. Most importantly, I'm hearing her answer every question with yes and no. Both things at once, which is what people who don't really want you to know the truth do. They say both the answers. So she's doing it so often that I'm noticing it, right? And then in the beginning she's like, just so we're clear, you're not getting paid for this, right? I'm not getting paid for this. And they're, oh, okay, big deal about that. And then they're smirking about it. And then toward the end of it, she's plugging her nonprofit website. And I was like, well, there's the sale right there.
Ah.
Okay, so there's in between all that,
That's
I'm
an
starting to
interesting
get
point.
like enraged.
Please get enraged. This will make
It's
such a good clip.
I'm sad that you haven't seen it. I should have texted you and been like, bro, you gotta.
We should have
Yeah,
done a
check this
watching
out.
party.
Yeah,
let's do it right now.
Hour is
Yeah,
her.
let's
Why
just-
not? Let's do it right now. What do we got?
and then we'll just
All right,
pause it and let Barry comment.
Is it on YouTube? Is that where it is?
Oh,
I don't.
boy.
Well, listen, if you play anything, she might.
You might not be able to hear it. That's the only
She's
thing.
got Oprah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't mess with them.
so be careful. But
So Barry,
yeah,
I
I
know you would be able to.
contemplated playing clips.
Okay,
It is
so
Oprah, yeah.
I think I was following where you're going with this. Do we have time to go for this, y'all?
Yeah.
But
Does
let me get
anybody
to
have
my
a heart
point.
out tonight?
Oh, a hard out. I like the hard
Oh.
outs.
Does anyone have a heart out?
I don't know. Depends on my Uber.
I'll get
but-
to my point in less than 4 minutes.
Your
Let me
Uber
get
has a
there.
hard out.
Okay. Oh,
This is the safe
Barry,
Wow.
don't give away
I
that
think I
type
can
of
pull this off,
information.
okay? Now, all I've seen
Lord.
today is like Ben Shapiro and the conservative right, and everybody's leaning on race. Anything that you say bad against Megan about this interview, it's because you're a racist or all of these other things that is not that I am not looking at all. I'm looking at something else. I'm
Can't
looking
you
at
critique a person nowadays? Like, why does it have to be everything about? You're on the right point. Please go
And
ahead.
then in the second part, she wouldn't let him finish sentences. He would answer the
What are you
question,
talking about? I let people finish sentences all the time.
But what she
Oh, this
adds
isn't
to
about
it,
me?
it's called
This isn't about
an afterthought. It's here, let me give you a real-time example, okay? Gosh, I love being on this show. It sounds to me like you guys have been, doing this for a long time. It's like passively saying, pointing the fact that it's
That's our
new,
intro, by the way.
It's a very like, I didn't do it right, but it's an afterthought. That afterthought is like, it's a
Interesting.
trigger. It's what people use afterthoughts and trigger. After you say what you're supposed to say, it's like, well, I didn't get out that jab I meant to get out, so I'm going to say it now at the end.
That's an interesting point.
I need
So
to
I'm
remember
seeing all
that.
that happen, but she's doing it when the prince is talking. The prince, right?
I think he's
Whatever
a
he
prince.
is.
Yeah.
Sussex.
Formerly known as Prince.
And he's answering it like
Bad
a
joke.
frightened kid,
It's terrible.
and she's adding all this dramatic twist to it. So I'm just watching it going, And then I wrote something. I'm not going to read it now, but
Oh come on,
here's
man.
my theory, okay? Whatever you think about, and here's how I can think I can get away with talking about this without it being a triggering point in the world where I'm going to get into trouble.
Yeah.
By our
Picture a
5
world
viewers.
where Megan is the villain, okay? and throw everything reality out and imagine if, just for a second, if Meghan Markle, was a villain, and you knew, and no one else knew that she was a villain, and then I want you to watch that interview.
Got it.
Because you have
Damn.
a completely different. Because I went back and watched pieces again, thinking like, because at that point I didn't do any research about her blocking all of her family and her writing these letters and releasing them to tabloids in really really weird cursive, like
Yeah,
crazy person.
I have no idea
Crazy.
what happened with all
Like
that.
all this
No.
happens, like tabloid city or whatever. But I didn't know any of this. I'm just going at the human that's talking.
Yeah.
And boy, if you watch that and assume she's the villain, it is so much more entertaining.
So is that to say, and you don't have to answer this,
I'm
but
not saying she did anything or she's a bad person at all. I'm just saying watch it with that in perspective.
okay.
Just
So
like
we're
she-
not
she's
we're not
using all
asking
of these
your
things.
gotcha. Okay.
Like she knows she did the interview the day before International Women's Day, so no one can pick on her.
Smart.
She said, I didn't make her cry, she made me cry. And somebody talked about the color skin, the color of my baby,
Of
but
the-
I'm not going to say who it is. So
Right.
she never points fingers at anybody specifically. By the way, I think it was Kate Middleton who said that. No
Oh,
one
shit,
has
man.
said
You're gonna
that.
get us thrown out, man. Be careful. They're listening.
So I guess the answer to your question is I've spent too much time in quarantine, and now I'm on this full journey to try to debunk Meghan Markle.
Well, it sounds like you really got into their story. I mean, I
It
didn't
was the
follow their
last
story.
24 hours, man.
For the past 24
Down
hours.
the brook.
You went down a rabbit hole I don't think
I did.
anyone has gone down
Well,
with the
man.
force of in a long time.
I was yelling at my television, going, "She's using a word tactic."
Now, were you yelling at your television with your tortoises?
Oh no, man, they're still hibernating.
Oh, okay.
Most of them, the ones
I was
outside.
I was worried that they were going to hear something like terrible.
Yeah. They're too little for all that stuff.
Can they hear? Can they?
No, the tortoises actually, they're real.
We're back
They're
on
real
tortoises.
conservative.
Oh, they're like right wing.
Yeah, they're real conservative.
They're like Trump.
Mhm.
No, man.
But fortunately, they keep their opinion to themselves, so we don't hear a lot about it. But you can tell they judge. They're very harsh, judgmental. You can tell when they're judging you. Pretty much, if you're a carrot, you're their friend. If you're not, you can fuck off.
Yeah.
Can we cuss on this thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
I
I never
like
do
it.
that, but
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, we're all adults here, so this is a adult show.
I think so.
It's-
good. Okay, I'll have another swig of my whiskey.
So is this the kind of stuff that you talk about on your own radio show?
Yeah.
Do you kind of get into different topics each week when you do your show, or is it mostly just kind of spinning the records?
Or do you talk to people as well?
Yeah, in January I had Friends and Neighbors Month, where every Saturday night I had a friend and or a neighbor on with me, and we just talked about stuff, mostly gardening,
Oh, that's nice.
beekeeping.
You also do beekeeping.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It's a renaissance.
The
man there.
quarantine hobby of mine.
It's a quarantine.
There are a lot of bees here. I mean, there's not a lot of bees in the world. There are a few bees.
Well, I've heard. Well, not to keep going
Fact
on
you're about
animals,
to
but
spew the fact.
we're going on Animal Kingdom right now. Bees are possibly being endangered in the next 10 years, I believe.
Yeah.
Unless people do something about it.
Like keep them, I guess.
And it's like a trickle down effect. I understand. Like bees, if bees didn't exist, then this wouldn't exist, and we wouldn't have this and this and this. Like, what is your knowledge
where
of
we
that?
live here in Ventura County, we're never gonna have a bee problem or a bee. Not like the med fly and us. You old fogies listening, you'll know about the med fly. When they sprayed like DDT over the whole county and killed every insect in sight in like 1990. They're like, there's a bug eating the lemons, kill it.
I
And they
remember
flew poisonous gas over the whole county, and that's
Wow.
why we don't have crickets.
Is that really?
Or no, that's why we don't have a bunch of mosquitoes here. Yeah, because they DDT'd them. I mean, that might be a farmer's tale. But
Well, that's an interesting thing. I think they do that at Disneyland too. Have you ever seen a fly at Disneyland? Have
hey,
you ever
bugs
seen a
have fun,
fly?
too. I've seen them in a Bug's Land.
Well, that doesn't count, sir. You're off the record now.
Damn it.
This is a live show. Wait, is yours? Oh shoot, I muted
What
the
happened?
wrong
What
one. I
happened?
muted the
Did you-
wrong microphone. I'm
I've
sorry.
been talking this whole time and my mic's been off.
Hey, there's a rumor that
There's
you
the
should turn
first
this all
fuck up.
I'm just joking. I haven't said anything.
Oh well, you were muted.
There's a rumor from a listener listening in Encino, California, that would like you to turn it up, all of it.
All of it. I heard that, and I tried, and that
I don't know if
Did
that's
not.
a thing. Is there a chat and stuff? Are people talking? How
Yeah,
does Twitch work? What
we-
is the internet?
I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, we've got a chat going on our Facebook group page.
Oh, we
Got
did?
about 40 comments.
Oh my God, has an hour gone by? Holy guacamole.
Yeah, it's almost at 8 p.m.
How long do you guys plan to go on your local show?
We'll go as long as it takes.
Oh, so you have no end.
We have no end game. We will
Let's go for 3.
we will talk until we get all the information out there about you to the people.
Okay.
This might be
Well,
your
we're
last
almost
chance
done then,
for an
'cause,
interview, so we want to make sure we have all the information.
Okay. Job interview.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I don't know how to turn this up even more,
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
She
we're
can hear
good. We're good.
but we'll do better next time. I promise.
Oh, look, it's back.
Oh, there you go. Got more water.
Oh, hi, Joe.
Oh, hello.
Thanks for
Hello.
joining the show tonight.
A minute, am I looking at a frozen screen? Oh,
No.
that's funny. Have you guys been moving around this whole time?
Just barely.
I got a. They have a.
Oh, sorry.
Barry,
You're back on.
Yeah, Barry, if you're watching us
bad
on
at the
Zoom,
board
you're
right now.
probably frozen. If
That's fine.
you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, we actually move.
We do move. We are just
No
like the Chuck E.
way.
Cheese characters, except a little bit more disturbing.
Did you see the picture of Chuck E. Cheese like in the trash can on the internet a couple of
think
days
I
ago?
did.
With, like
No.
resilience below it.
Yes.
No.
He was
You
like
saw
in
that
the
one?
middle of like an apocalyptic wasteland or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah. He's all broken.
Oh, if I had a thing.
Chucky.
Hold on, let me pull it up.
And I am on.
What is it? Chuck E. Cheese. What kind of?
Can you screen mirror that thing on this Fantangled thing?
I think so.
I got really distracted looking at myself. Does that happen to you guys?
On go to meetings, yeah, when I have to for work.
Depends on what I'm doing.
It's like-
You're in a band, aren't you, Brian?
I
Or something?
I do my own stuff. I'm doing like that's a hard turn right there, but
Ooh.
Well, I was just wondering because don't you have to? I wonder how you play instruments with other people on this kind of.
oh, I've never
thing.
tried.
I see it happen all the time. I'm curious. How do they even do that?
It's got to be latency, like a latency thing. If they got to have like strong internet, otherwise it's going to be out of sync. Or
Oh.
Like the
They-
drummer's gonna be off, and then everyone's gonna be off. Like
right. No,
I don't get it.
what I would do if I was a musician, Joe, you could probably chime in here. I'm not sure if you've done this, but
Click track.
I would have everyone record and video record, and then send me the videos, and I would put it all together,
Yeah, you're talking about
like
on
sync it up
on
with a
the-
click. Yeah,
this kind of thing if we were overdubbing.
yeah. What
Yeah,
do you think?
I know there's some technology that I've heard about that does some live stuff, but everything I've done for well before pandemic stuff has all been I get your tracks, I get them put in. I go to my studio, I play them, I send it back to you, you tell me you like them or you don't, or change this or change that. Not a whole lot has changed. Like I can't have a concert with, some homies in New York and, Minnesota and Arizona and have it actually make sense online. The latency is just too nasty. even if everybody's got a great studio. But maybe I got something wrong.
Hey, you know what's super cool is closed captioning.
Can we do that?
Oh,
It's happening
are
right
you
now
looking-
on Facebook.
Oh my
So
gosh.
can I do something right now? Can I just
Sure.
take 15 seconds here?
Take your time,
Okay,
dude.
take your time. I'll
Order
be
a
right back.
pizza.
I want to see what it
Yeah.
says.
This
Okay.
is the live show, everybody.
Everyone ready? Here we go.
Oh, AI, dude.
Recorded show.
Here we go. Here we go. Rubber baby buggy bumper. Rubber baby buggy bumper. Artichoke, artichoke, cucumber, cucumbre, cucumbre. Okay. I just want to see what that looks like. There it is. It's rubber baby buggy. Yep, it did it.
Really?
Artichoke, artichoke, cucumber, cucumber. Oh, it even translated cucumbre back to English. It said cucumber. This is pretty good. Okay.
So did cucumbre have the enye
No,
at the top?
It just
or-
said cucumber 3 times.
Oh, so you just kind of went with it.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn.
yeah. You know, I hope that all of the words get stored somewhere, so if somebody's Googling cucumber podcast, like it will see that we said cucumber a bunch of times in it.
I'm
and
gonna
then they'll
buy
be
that
like-
.com right now.
Yeah, AI will be like, this must be a cucumber show. Let's send them this one.
Yep. I'll just check my email.
And then they
I'll-
got to wait an
yeah.
hour and 3 minutes to hear Cucumbre, my Cucumbre song.
Cucumbre.
Cucumbre
It is
coming
good.
down.
I didn't know you were a singer, Barry.
Yes.
Dude,
Well,
I
I'm excited about the cucumber because I have those upside down tomato plant hangy thingies, you know, and gardener friend told me if you plant cucumbers in them, then they grow straight instead of curled. And then you can, I don't know.
You
do
like
what
the straight ones?
Pickle them. You can pickle them,
Oh.
them puppies.
the cucumbers.
Cucumbres.
Cucumbres. Yes. See,
Did you
see.
know that cucumber and pickled same thing? Did you know?
Plus the salty pits.
You add other things. I don't know the things you ordered yet, but you know the other things, and it's good. It's same thing.
Same thing, just tinier and saltier.
I've
And
tried
firmer.
to
I
plant-
did not know you guys like Russian accents.
I like Russian vodka.
Relax.
I tried to plant pickle seeds for
Did Borat join?
they never grew. And then I
Audio
added
podcast.
vinegar, and then
Oh man. So I actually got a fan question
Oh.
on my phone,
What?
which very many people do
You have
not have
fans?
my phone. I should rephrase that. Very little people have my phone.
Small people or just like
You're speaking-
Mostly tiny.
more
So
confused.
you have a question from a child.
Very few people.
very
No.
political of you to call them little people.
God damn it. So
Barry's dying.
this person, as of age 40 plus years old,
Okay.
asks, I want to know,
Weird
they're
way to
watching right now, just for context. I want to know the most awkward moment Barry has had since doing his podcast.
Ooh.
That just came in there.
What do you got, Barry?
You mean since? Okay, so I don't know how to answer. Is it my podcast or podcasts that I make? 'Cause those are two.
What is the context there?
That is good. That's actually
Well,
good.
why don't you just answer both for us? What's an
Oh,
awkward
okay,
moment
so
that you've had doing a podcast with someone else?
Right now.
Maybe something they did or
Most awkward.
No. Okay.
I just did a podcast recently where the host took the guest on the phone after they did the interview. Really sleazy, really uncomfortable interview.
like this one.
Oh, dirty, like real
Aw.
uncomfortable. Just like, ugh,
Define what
just I
that-
don't want to repeat it.
Define what that means by uncomfortable.
Like
Just
like OnlyFans? Is that what it was like? Like an OnlyFans interview?
You have to pay for that, though. That's like.
Shayna knows what
yeah.
I'm talking about. Okay, so
Oh.
Shayna, you're walking down the street.
oh, okay. So
You
was,
walking
that-
down the street.
so was this a male
Hey, Tom,
interviewing
And then
a
some
female?
much older man
Oh.
starts asking you questions about all kinds of things that you wouldn't think that they would be on top of mind.
Okay.
Hmm.
You know, like other things, like Like, you ask certain questions to get to a question. This guy just goes to that question.
Gotcha.
Mostly feet related.
Oh, so he had a foot fetish, is what you're saying.
He had it was an uncomfortable interview.
Huh.
Very
Interesting.
uncomfortable.
And he wasn't part of the interview process, like he just inserted himself, or was he part of the...
Whoa,
the host.
Joe.
Whoa, dude. This is a
He was
family-friendly
the host
podcast.
talking to the guest. And
Oh, he
and
was.
then he
Okay,
did,
gotcha. I missed
he
that.
did like a minute or two of the end of the interview. Hold on a second, he said, and then he did about a minute of poetry.
Oh, no.
And then he ended, and then he picked up the phone with her and talked to her for like 10 minutes. Left, came back, walked around. He was like on the phone with her. And then he said, I have to go right now. She's coming to my house.
Wow.
I was like,
How long ago was this?
and I come to find out it was
Like
those
last night?
there are types of girls you pay money and then they come to your house and do things for money and then they
Escort.
leave. And
they-
and that was
Then they leave, right?
So
that was one I was involved with. That was
he
like
interviewed an escort.
I facilitated an escort.
That's fine.
Behind the ruse of a podcast, it felt
There's nothing in the Bible about that. It's fine.
No, they didn't really have that going for him.
like, and he hasn't asked to come back to do a second episode. So I want to pull him up and go like, "Hey, did you just do that whole thing so you can call that girl?" But I know he's gonna say yeah.
So he hired you to manage the audio so he could call an escort?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I gave him a sweet deal. Paid me cash. So what am I? A pimp? I'm a pimp.
Hey,
Little
buddy.
bit of a
That
pimp
makes you
man.
pimp.
I'm a pod pimp.
Pod pimp. So I wouldn't ever ask you about your personal finances, but I would say, would that particular gig set you over the line for the 2019, 2020 1099? Just to throw you over into the tax section.
God, no, that was the cheapest for all of them. Everybody got a discount.
Everybody?
I'm sure he probably went, I'm going to promote you on my show.
You're like,
And then
please
he got a little
don't.
less. I'm sure everybody got a sweet deal.
Well, I don't know. I haven't gotten a
There's a
message
wheeler
back.
and a
but
dealer, man.
Dang, that is really something, man.
Boy.
Let me double check real quick. Yeah,
That's a pretty good listener question.
That is.
I thought it was pretty good.
Wow.
The answer wasn't that great, but the question was good.
No, they were both great. Your answer was way better.
What about with you, like in your experiences, like being on the radio and your own podcast?
I hosted Calabasas. Most embarrassing time I've ever had.
Ooh.
Where I had been out of the limelight for a fortnight, which means I was fat and dumb.
Likewise, brother.
And they wanted me to host this date auction with someone else.
Oh,
And I'd done it before. I'd done it a couple years before.
those
But I'd
date
been out of
auctions
the
go
limelight
so
and
well.
dumb and fat.
So you were being auctioned off.
No, I was hosting it
Oh, okay.
and also a member.
What define member real quick?
I'm a client.
What club is
I was
this?
I'm
I
not
was
only the
supposed to go
president,
up there
I'm a member.
and get auctioned off also.
So you could host this thing and get auctioned off in a
In the
fell
event there
swoop.
weren't enough
So you-
suitors.
So you were on
Suitors.
standby.
So this was like the
I was,
Seinfeld episode when Kramer gets up there and he gets auctioned off for someone.
Early, yes.
Okay.
There was a Santa there. Somebody wanted to have lunch. So the deal was, it was all for charity. It's a great charity. It's called UCAN, UCAAN.org. UCAN, and it's an organization that helps out cancer patients with their small budgetary needs.
That's
So
great, yeah.
let's say you need a ride to the grocery store, or you need some groceries, or you need like baby wipes, or you need your phone bill paid. There's little things like that.
Yeah.
Boom, bang.
Cool.
That's cool. That's very cool.
So we're raising money for that thing. So we had all kinds of. She'd been, they've been doing it for 9 or 10 years or something, and I knew that they were ending it. Like, she's not going to do it again. This is it. So I didn't really prepare. I thought it was going to be like the years before. It was very loose. What do I have to give away now? Oh, it's a $100 gift certificate. Who's the lucky lady in the red dress? Come on up here. Who wants to? I see number one. Do an aucautioneer, all that stuff. And I had a counterpart. It was great. It was so much fun for the first 2 years.
Is there any video of this? Is there any video?
I hope not. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was broadcast on public access. It's out there.
No.
Oh man.
Wait, did you say first 2 years or first 2
I actually think it's on my YouTube page too. It's not good. Don't watch it.
Oh, we're gonna watch it right now. Here we go.
We're going to stream it right now.
We're actually going to add clips to this in post. So whoever's watching this recorded, you're going to see clips of it.
Congratulations.
And I had hired camera crew to come. So I had 2 guys with cameras and lights. And I had just gotten into this film production thing. I wanted to film it and make a little sizzle of moi doing a thing.
Oh.
So I had my friends of mine came by. So I had just a crew, I didn't pay them or nothing. Like it's like a trade. They also made something for the UCAN people. It was like an auction thing, but they were there. There was a lot of crew there.
That's cool.
And
does it still? I mean, obviously not since last year, but does it happen every year then?
Not anymore. No,
Not anymore,
this was the last year, which is why I didn't prepare.
Yeah.
I thought it was like every other year.
Yeah.
Well, this year, she handed me a script a minute before I was supposed to go up there.
Gotta love that. You gotta love
thick
that.
bunch of pages with her words, her thought processes, and her incomplete sentences.
And
not
it's probably typewritten to read like it's read, not spoken.
You gosh darn right.
I know that stuff.
So she hands it to me. Okay, now we've been sitting there for an hour schmoozing. I've been finding the candidates that go single people to go up there. It's ready to go, right? Got my fake glasses on. I got the whole deal.
Oh, man.
And then she hands me this script, and it's written in a way I can't understand. I just cannot. I don't get it. Okay? I don't get it. There's places that says vamp in places that you're not really supposed to vamp ever in. So I'm having these mental, okay, now it's time to go on. All right. Oh, shoot. Well, my other co-host had been doing it from the beginning. So she's like, I guess she's used to it. And also, remember, I'm fat and dumb at this point because I had not been on for a long time. And I was just given a script I don't understand. So I start to sweat. My glasses, my fake glasses, fog over. Can't read the stuff that I can't read anyway. So I'm on stage dying.
Oh my God.
In front of 100 people who have seen me do this before. They've all seen me up in person. I'm personally met all of them. And now I'm just sweating and I'm fogging up.
Well,
can't read what I'm saying.
So you bombed. You bombed basically.
I try to bail.
You tried to bail and
How do you get out of that?
But
I tried. Okay, so here I go. I'm like, well, this ain't working. I'm gonna go back to my old. So I start doing stuff, and then the organizer yells from the back, "Go back to the script." Like seriously, because there's things I'm supposed to say, because they're all like sponsors, and they're all there waiting to say big thanks to this rose company and this, but I can't understand it, and now I'm fogged up. I can't see it.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And to add insult to injury, my co-host thinks this whole time she's consciously thinking that I'm upstaging her, so she's going above and beyond to try to like do better. You know what I mean? She's like, you can tell that she's like really working hard. Really working above and beyond, and she's not giving. She's not broing down with me. It feels like we're not on a team. Okay, it's very Bob Eubanks, Stephanie Edwards of the.
Do not talk to me about Stephanie Edwards.
It's
And
those
Bug-
that.
No,
My dad worked
So-
with them. Yeah.
come on now.
Now
I'm
I'm
gonna need a
bombing,
whole
and I
different
looked to
scenario.
her for help. You can talk about that, but I'm almost done. I'm bombing.
Sorry, Barry.
Yeah, I
Didn't
go
mean to
to
cut
her
you
for
off.
help, and she's grinning, like saying, "I'm so happy that you're sucking right now because it makes me look better." She did not save me at all. She just watched me sink.
Oh, wow.
That's not
So-
nice.
She said that to you.
And I
Directly?
said like on stage, like, "Oh God, I'm bombing." Like I said everything you're not supposed to say.
You can't say that.
And I was like, can you see my sweat from the back? I think I said that. You know,
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
it was, and the thing is that in the middle of it, I was like, you know what, this ain't gonna happen ever again anyway. So I might as well go out and like,
Just go.
burn and wreck.
Yeah.
So
Crash the plane, dude.
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
awkward. And then afterwards, newspaper companies came up to me and said, like, I need a quote for my article. I'm like, are you gonna write about it favorably? Because I did a bad job. He's like, they're
Who
like,
said
"Yeah,
that?
no,
Was that you or
don't
somebody
worry."
else?
That was the guy, I think.
That was the other guy.
Okay, so there's my story.
The guy that hired him, yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
I still don't know how the lady fits into that, but it's fine if
It's funny.
you
It
could-
doesn't
Which
matter.
lady?
cool.
So did you end up going on a date? Did you get auctioned?
Yeah.
Did you
what
get
happened?
on the chopping hawk? Oh,
No.
The
Are you
chopping
kidding me?
hawk?
I ran.
Where did you run to?
I had a full-on panic attack on stage in front of people.
Welcome to my life as a musician. That happens.
It's like when you're in a boxing ring and they ring the bell and you sit in the corner and they look like they're about to die. That was me every second after that.
Barry.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
well,
All right.
we feel for you.
So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
previous
so there you go.
the previous years, did you end up going on a date with anybody?
Oh, kinda. I met people there. We never were
So,
romantic.
so you weren't auctioned off.
I was,
Oh.
and we went on that date, but we went as friends.
Oh, okay. There you
Oh.
go.
Also,
Isn't
you
that
know,
how
the whole
most
thing was
auction
creepy to
dates
begin with.
are? Or-
If I can just end with this, the whole thing was creepy. 'Cause-
You don't say.
oh no, I can't even say it because I already said too much about it. Never mind.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on, man.
Okay, the whole thing was really weird because the organizer found me on a dating site.
Oh.
Can you name
They
the dating
invited me
site?
in.
Or,
She was the one that bid on me at the end of it.
the organizer.
Oh.
Like
so
the
So
organizer.
she
Oh
planned
my
it.
god.
I was like, boy, you went a very long way to ask me out on a date.
That's-
Well, that's kind of flattering though, right?
But yeah, she bid on me because no one else was. You know,
Oh.
It's one of those things.
So it was a pity bid.
Nobody knew who I was, you know, and I wasn't
Don't
like
say
I'm not
that.
Rico Suave. I was like, hey everybody, I'm Pee Wee Herman Jr. You want to go on a date? I'll show you what my elbow does.
Oh.
Your weenus.
Yeah.
That is technically what that's called
That's
from
the
a medical
technical term.
standpoint.
Right?
Yeah.
A
It is,
weenus?
Yeah.
The weenus.
I thought you were just being filthy.
Oh.
No. I'm
No,
not.
no, it's actually a medical term.
That's funny.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, Barry.
Weenus.
I'm done.
Nobody's ever bid on. I've just never heard a bidding story.
Mm. Yeah, I mean
It was
that's
fun, like,
that's
it-
such an old-fashioned thing to do. Like it's like from the old times of radio. Like, hey, you listen to this and tune into this song at this hour, and you win $1,000.
I had
think
such
we may
high hopes
start
for this
something.
thing though, because I wanted to do it on public access and host it like it's the MDA pledge drive.
Yeah, totally. With
There's
all
phone
the
number,
all the old fellers. Yeah.
Jesus.
and we do comedy and date auction.
Oh,
Oh.
that's
And then we hand it off to people doing really bad stand up, and it's public access, so we don't have to bleep it. I don't think.
God damn, that would be so funny.
That
It would have been
funny.
great, but then she's like, "Oh, we're not gonna do it anymore." I was like, "Oh man, can I?"
Damn.
Because wouldn't that be fun? I still want to do it.
I would be in with you too. I'm not gonna get auctioned off, but I feel like you could. I'll take care of your turtles
Hey,
while
if
you're off.
we
in
all
the
gotta
There
be
you
the
go.
backup, man. If the baseball team doesn't show up, you gotta swing the bat, man.
Hey man, I will
You know,
swing the bat, brother.
if
You ain't gotta hit the ball, but you gotta swing the bat.
Ouch.
If you build it, they will come. Hey.
Field of Dreams.
All right.
I think we should.
On that note.
Okay.
Now we got into ejaculates. All right, let's go. Here we go.
Oh,
Well, I didn't really go that far. I just was talking
Wow,
about
Bryan.
cornfields of.
That's going to be cut out
Smashing.
of the podcast.
I thought this was live.
so Barry, I have to ask you, just so the audience out there, are you currently single and available for auction?
Oh.
I think I just got married.
Oh, you think? Was that an internet thing or?
No, I'm single. I've been single forever, for 100 years.
Oh.
Just like a
Since the
tortoise.
beginning of time, since the dawn of Adam and Eve. I've been single for like 3 years or something. But I have this gaggle of girls that I hang out with.
I like that you.
And,
I like that you used gaggle.
Gaggle.
That was.
Well,
Define
there's
gaggle.
no better
Is
description.
Yeah,
that more
if you
than
could.
3?
It's probably 5.
Yeah, it's 4.
4?
Oh,
Is that the
4.
term for
Oh.
gaggle? Okay.
I think 5 would be a
Her? No.
gallant.
Gallant.
Murder?
That's
I was gonna
7.
say murder.
That's
Oh, 7. Okay.
No,
so-
those-
always
that's
7. It's always 7. When you
But
got
they're pushing
7
me hard on
girls
this one
dating.
girl that I just met, and we've been on 2 dates, and taking it really, really slow so far. I don't know where it's going.
Any
Mm.
any
She is a good cook.
any
Really?
great date places to go in Ventura County? First date
Well,
places?
she lives in Sherman Oaks.
Oh,
Uh,
Sort of Meghan Markle.
So
I'm dating Meghan Markle
did you-
secretly.
I
Oh,
think
dude. Well done, man.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's why I know she's the villain. 'cause I
That's
wrote
why
it.
you're so invested. I understand now completely why.
No, but on
You
our
watched
first
that
date, I took her
interview.
to sushi down in the valley,
Mm.
and there was no one there because it's outside. We sat
Mhm.
there and ate. Then a couple came in, very attractive couple. I didn't get a good look at them.
Yeah.
Very attractive couple. They're sitting behind me, and we're leaving, and they're just starting. So I hear him talk and order. Hey, can I get the whatever? And it sounds like that guy from This Is Us, Kevin. If you watch the show, the guy, one of the guys from This Is Us. Okay, now
oh.
I know the characters enough to know what they sound like, probably. I was like, hey, that guy sounds... So I'm putting on my mask, and I say really loud to the girl, hey, do you watch This Is Us? The guy behind me sounds just like him. And
That's
she
great.
says, no, I've never seen that show. And I said, and I'm loud because I have a mask on, I go, oh, it's like the #1 show on TV right now. I don't know. I don't watch it.
He's doing a pilot as he's on a date.
And I turn around to leave, and it's the guy from This Is Us and his new girlfriend. And, like, they heard me say that, and
Did they give you a fist bump or like
Nothing.
no?
I didn't want to bother him on his date. I didn't even want to say that. I felt like a Tar Heel.
Wait, isn't he married?
It could have been
Maybe
his wife.
he wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to be on that date.
Let's
I
just
don't
kind
wanna-
of strike this from the record, just, to be cool.
Well, so
Is
I
that
went to the
everything?
car to look it up. The girlfriend, like, is that his girlfriend? It looked like her. Same color hair. But then later, the girl I went on a date with says, no, that's his new girlfriend. And I was like,
Oh.
you didn't even know who he was. Now you know he's got a new girlfriend. Like, all right.
How do you find these people? The
Which
valley?
people?
The date people.
Through the gaggle.
Oh.
Where
It's
were
through
you
the
90
gaggle,
seconds
yeah.
ago?
I
The
do.
Oh,
Well,
gaggle,
no,
I said.
dude, I'm trying to keep up with this, man.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
gaggle.
Oh, so
Okay,
you do
the
it the
gaggle.
old-fashioned way.
No.
through-
See, Barry is actually he's creating a new dating site called Gaggle. It's like-
Gaggle.com.
It's like Bumble and Tinder, except there's a gaggle. And then you gotta like go through
You
the
date 5
gaggle.
girls at once.
Yeah, you date
Yeah.
5 girls at once, and you get to send them home, and,
they
you get to keep
decide.
one with a rose, and that's how
That
works.
sounds very exhausting, but also kind of awesome.
actually
It's
be real
also a
fun.
TV show.
Yeah.
Is it really?
That'd be a fun
It's called The
app if I
Bachelor,
swiped
yes.
with 5 girls.
Well, no, I know but it's not called Gaggle.
Well, that should be Barry's new service, Gaggle.
I'm googling it right now,
Well,
man.
so this gaggle of girls, these are like a group of girls that know you really well. So
if you
so
Google
when
a
they
gaggle of girls, what happens?
I just want to go.
Sorry,
It's
I didn't mean to cut you off.
$400,000 for gaggle.
Joe's buying a domain name.
No, I'm not. I do not.
All right, everybody, we need $400,000 right now. If you can subscribe and like that channel, we can hit that bell and
We're out.
get the notifications and do that.
I'll do your voicemail greeting.
I know.
Oh,
I can't even
perfect,
afford
yeah.
that. So
Yeah, we
should
can't
be
even
good.
afford that.
Do you find that the gaggle brings better chicks than like the apps for dating?
Mm.
It's very rare that the gaggle comes through. I don't date through my gaggle. My gaggle is there for my gaggle.
It
You
should
know,
be
it's the
my
gaggle.
gaggle,
You sit
like
there with the
MySpace.
gaggle, you run things by the gaggle. The gaggle
MySpace,
approves,
my
the gaggle
gaggle.
disapproves. It's the gaggle.
It's my gaggle.
But,
It's not your
you
gaggle.
know, every
it's
so
my
often
gaggle.
when they throw one at me,
You
which
kind of
is
don't have a
once
choice,
ever.
right?
what?
You kind of don't have a choice if it's been selected
Yes,
for you.
and this is
you
the
must
first time
go.
ever that's happened.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So
I don't know, man.
she's
Well,
nice.
Well,
So, is it? I'm curious about this, you know, because I'm not single, but
you're not?
No.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Who has taken you?
So is it different kind of dating in the quarantine? Do you have to like keep your mask on the whole time? Is it like a weird thing? Like if you want to kiss somebody, it's like a big dramatic thing. Like you take your
Oh.
mask off, and what if they don't take their mask
Yeah,
off?
that's interesting.
I have so many questions about this.
I wish I could answer them.
What? Wait, why do you have so many questions about this? Is what I want to know.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious because
Because why?
Well, here's the other
What are
thing
you
is
really saying?
Their actions behind the camera, behind the mask, says
Or
a
the
lot
camera.
about them and their relationship with this crisis.
Hmm.
So if they're, you know, if they're really like, mask off, let's rock.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of like, you know,
Plus,
if
I've been on 2 dates in like 2 years, so
yeah, it's kind of like if, you know, if she has a mask, you know, and if she smokes, you know, you know.
similarly.
has
yes.
anyone ever showed up with a visor? One of those clear ones?
Yes. hmm
No.
Really?
I want one. I would
That
wear
is-
that even afterward.
Yeah.
That is so sexy to me.
I love
Barry.
that thing. I want one.
The
I wonder
clear
if-
mask.
But you know, I would scratch mine
Bro.
the first 5 minutes I'd get it, and then it'd bother me the whole time. I'd have a scratch on it. You know, it's like I do that with my sunglasses all the time. It's right when you get it out of the box, scratch. It's like how in the hell I didn't even go on my face yet.
It's just like a car.
Dude, I'll send you one, man. I got multiples.
Oh, you wear visors, Joe?
Visors, goggles.
Did you
double
buy it in
masks.
gross? It's like yes, I will buy 300
Wow.
of these.
Do you
Well,
wear them all at once?
Sometimes.
That'd be difficult.
What I do is wherever I have to work, I just put whatever the requirements are on.
Oh.
It's not that hard. I usually pull the visor off before I have to like be on something.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't care. I really don't.
Yeah.
I could show you my. I don't really need a visor because I have this here. I'll show you what I wear
Oh, come on,
outside.
baby.
Are you ready? And this may
Yeah,
be
dog.
why because
It's a
this may
tortoise.
be why I've only had 2 dates in 2 years. Also,
Uh-oh.
so
You wear a
Could be.
Oh, he's
he-
leaving.
Be tortoise shell.
This is great. We get
Yeah.
to talk about him when he's not there. This is so awesome.
Oh, he's
So,
back.
okay.
Oh, no, he's back.
Oh,
Hold on.
Shit. God damn it.
He's looking for the headphones.
He can't hear us yet.
Don't talk about
Listen.
Oh.
Wait, that protects you from the COVID?
It protects you from everything.
yes, I
He's not getting the COVID. He's not getting
can't be close to
laid.
you
He's
for
not
anyone.
getting anything.
great. You ever? Hey, next time you go out, you wear this at CVS.
I love it.
You don't really care about a mask, but I still do wear one.
So you wear that when you go out for real?
I have before.
Why are we not surprised?
Dude, this is the best thing ever
I
right now.
walk by somebody, and go, "Ma'am."
Oh, that's so
With my
great.
hat.
I love it.
Oh,
It's great. It's
man.
a perfect quarantine.
We need to follow you around with a GoPro while you're wearing that.
I should wear this more often now, actually.
Oh my God, it's so
You
good.
should.
It looks like a fedora with like lace and stuff. You know, like it's really sexy.
Is this actually on the list of approved PPE?
No.
Okay.
Couldn't be.
Nope.
Should-
It's not class
It's-
anything.
Everyone should wear one of these
Is
all
that
the time.
Is that mesh? Is that kind of
It's
yeah? That's mesh. Okay.
yeah.
Bees can't get in it.
So everything's getting through but bees,
That's
basically.
True.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, this goes right through with air, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those will
but it looks great.
really does. So I think if you could get your vaccine and that and double mask and goggles going, you should probably be able to kind of get some more dates, man.
Yeah, totally.
What'd
I
you say
mean-
there? That's the first part.
Oh, sorry. I was saying if you could wear
I was taking off my.
Oh, the bee mask. That's right.
Is that what that's called, or is there like a fancy word?
I think you can call it a veil.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I call
Veil.
it bee costume.
Bee
People
cosplay.
call it a bee suit.
Be cosplay.
You should go to a Comic-Con and wear
I
that.
could.
Actually, spoiler alert for WandaVision. You could
Oh, no,
you
no.
could do that. You could do that.
I
And
have
get
not
away
seen
with it.
WandaVision, nor will I.
It's kind of
Whoa.
cool. I recommend it, but if you're not into Marvel, don't worry about it. Because it's
I'm not
there's a
into
lot of
Disney.
Marvel and
I don't
Disney.
like anything that ends in plus.
Yeah, it's a hard network to sell, I gotta admit.
I don't like anything that ends in plus.
Or Max. What about Max?
Max is all right.
What about
Go.
Plus,
Go? Oh, Go is a good one.
yeah, I have no problems with the no quorums,
Just
no
plus.
quarrels with anything. But if your name ends in a plus, don't talk to me.
That's a good.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That are you sure that's it?
I wonder if you can
think
name a
that's
child like Chris Plus,
Chris.
Christopher Plus,
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, if his last name was Plus, I think. that would-
Jessica Plus.
or
No, they
minus.
put the plus at the end of the last name or first name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Julia
Jake
negative.
Plus.
Yeah.
Well, you could. you could say.
Brenda Plus.
What if that is like the next blue check mark of this real world? Did you? Oh my God. Okay. we gotta at least do some video here while we have the time. Okay.
Nobody's got a heart out here, so we're good.
So,
I got a heart out.
I have to eat soon.
okay. We'll
We're gonna have to order
we'll
some
do this pretty
food.
we'll do this pretty
Not
soon.
again.
Okay.
I still have pizza from last time.
Oh,
didn't
I was
talk to
gonna
you.
say, should we do like a Topper's Pizza thing or like a food realm?
Another toppers.
Yeah.
We'll let you
Yeah, like
order
the time
this
we
time,
didn't
Joe.
talk the first
I got
time.
this.
Remember that? I don't.
No, we've never talked.
Ever.
Okay.
Let's all order pizza to Meghan Markle's house
Oh my God, that'd be so good.
Do you have her
on
address?
14 Liar Lane.
Sorry. No, dude, I know right where it is because I've been to Oprah's house and it's like really pretty close to that. Like
They
we could
even
find
added
it.
drama to where the location is.
Yeah.
Oprah says
I know.
it's a friend of mine's house, but everyone thinks it's a green screen.
No, it's literally around the corner. Remember when that place got smashed by the mudslides? The
Montecito.
the Montecitos. It's very close to that. I could take you there. I just don't know the address. If you want to drive over, we'll go over there, and then we'll get
Let's
shot
go.
by security guards.
Let's take the roaming microphone and go up there and ask some questions. We're here with Avon.
Ooh.
Got some makeup questions for you.
How do you make your face so pretty?
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but I definitely know what street they live on, but I couldn't find it, and I don't want
If
to.
you tell
either.
them you're with Amazon Prime, you can get into
Mm.
anywhere.
That's a good point.
We're gonna need a Dodge Sprinter, dude.
All right.
No, you
so-
just wear a shirt with a collar on it.
Oh, I got one of those things on.
oh, those are.
Yeah, I'm with Amazon Prime. Even if you're not carrying a box, it works.
Yeah.
Barry, I just want to say before we get started. So you had last time we spoke on the internet. You had
Let me know when we get started, okay? Let me know when you guys.
Yeah,
wanna
we're almost there. The stream is almost starting, by the way.
So you had that rad palm tree shirt on.
The cactus shirt, yeah.
Cactus, very much like a palm tree from the desert. So,
Yeah, buddy. There's our first fail.
microphone
There's
fell.
our first fail with the microphone.
I did that with my mind.
Did you
You
really?
do not
I
have.
went,
You
and
do
your
not
mic
have
fell.
that power.
That did not.
If
That
you
was not
do,
very
I'm gonna be very scared.
So yeah,
Hey,
I went.
while you're fixing, can I give you a shameless plug?
Yes.
Yes.
I just found out I'm going to be filling in on 88.5 on Wednesday afternoon from 11 to 3. So tune in and pull up your pants.
All right. 11 to 3 and 88.5. What's the radius on that?
It's 89.9 up here
Okay.
in Ventura County. Emperors of the North, listen on the upgraded signal. That is 89.9 plus.
There you go.
But down there it's 88.5, or you can listen. Just say, "Hey, smart speaker, play 88.5 FM on TuneIn," and you'll do it.
Oh, cool.
So
Well-
if you find yourself there, I'll play you a song.
Hopefully,
I'll play that guy. What's that guy's name?
Jack Johnson.
Jason
Who's
Artisini.
that guy? Never heard
RD.
of him.
I just
Artie.
Artie, yes.
How do you spell RD?
Well, we're
Artie-
gonna close out soon, Joe.
Yeah. Artie is spelled Ardi,
ARDI.
and he's got a new single out called "Let It Burn."
Let
I'm
it
gonna
burn.
I'm gonna post him on the Facebook group so everybody can see. But yeah,
There you
check
go.
out Artie. We're gonna have him on the show in a couple weeks.
He's a cool looking dude. He looks like he's straight from the 70s. Like he just like came out of a time warp. And I have to meet this guy. I can't wait until that show. It's gonna be awesome.
You need to be very careful. You got a lot of mojo.
He looks like he's got more. I mean, I don't know.
we have some good shows coming up.
Yeah.
this week.
So
Yeah, what's going on in the world of the local show? I mean, this is show 1.
This is show 1, and it's
What's
a very bad
happening?
show.
Give us
but-
a little future.
Yeah. What do we have for our entertainment picks for the next week?
Well, this week there's not so much going on. I hate to say it, but right now, kind of the only live music that I've been able to find is this weekend on Saturday. There's Kyle Smith's going to be out at the Ventura Beach Club. So Kyle's great. You're into reggae. That's,
Oh, yeah.
that's the place to be.
Yeah, he's got the
Kyle
good
Smith.
kind of
Mhm.
Jack. Well, you said
Yeah, I
Jack
think we're
Johnson
gonna-
for earlier. It's kind of that, but
Oh.
like some really good reggae grooves.
Yeah, I think we're going to try
Yeah.
to go out to that.
Oh,
but
cool.
yeah,
Saturday.
it's on Saturday.
Oh, I don't know.
Also on Saturday, there's some online streaming music if you want to stay home, drink some wine, hang out.
There you go.
There's a great live band from LA called the Pi Jacobs Band, some bluegrass Americana. So that's going to be on the Ojai Arts Exchange website.
cool.
So you can go check that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing some great stuff. Last weekend they had Sean Jones.
Sean, yeah.
And I love that, everybody's just trying to do what they can to kind of stay connected out there. It's so
Yeah.
hard.
It's
that's-
very hard.
That's what we're doing, honestly. I mean, that's kind of the point of this.
Yeah. This
Well,
is,
after April 1st, if you are totally vaccinated, they will let you congregate with your friends again without a mask.
Dude, I'll text you, bro.
Are you gonna have to
Really?
get like some chip that proves that you got vaccinated? Like what
Oh,
kind
here
of?
we go again. Yeah,
This
you,
is
you can get that at Bill Gates'
.com.
address in Seattle. It's on QAnon Drive. You turn left at Alex
Speaking-
Jones Street.
Speaking of QAnon, I am so
here we
excited.
go.
No, I am so excited for next week's South Park. Ladies and gentlemen, South Park is coming back.
This week.
Can
It's
it be here already? I
South
thought it comes
Park.
out on the 10th, right?
It's South Park with a Q.
It's
And
Wednesday.
it's the vaccine special.
Uh-oh.
Everybody, you got to turn into this. I'm not related to these people at all, but they are one of my favorite human beings, Trey and Matt.
Yeah.
They crush it every time.
Park with a Q.
I'm gonna be watching that. Yes,
Okay.
South Park with the Q for the QAnon stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Yeah, it's what is it? The sequel to the pandemic special from last year.
That's right. They've completely just one-offed their own brand.
One a year now.
Every year, it's like one special a year
That's
now.
all they need.
And but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. So yeah, do we want to close out this show? Do we want to say goodbye to Barry? What do we want to do?
Yeah,
Barry,
we do.
you
But
okay?
tomorrow,
I don't want to say goodbye to Barry.
guys, tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
It's going to be the funniest show. We've got 2 comedians on. We've got Jake Gallo and we've got Blaine Laramie.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, you got Blaine tomorrow?
We got
We've
Blaine.
Punch that guy in the face for me digitally, would ya?
Yeah. Well, you know what? You can
Get
call
a
in.
cardboard cutout somewhere around here.
I was kind of thinking, like, this is Joe here. Maybe you would come in and sit in this chair and be
Who's
like,
talking?
really. This is Joe.
We can see you, Joe. You don't have to announce yourself.
Well, I don't know where to look. I just looking at like 47 LED.
Been on an
lights.
hour and
Terrible
a half.
webcam over
Just
here.
start talking.
I'll text you later. Yeah, you could come in and just do your thing with Blaine and those guys. I'm not very funny, so I feel like you might be like a better co-host, and I could just sit in the back and like
Come
strum
on,
a guitar
Joe.
player or something.
You have way too much knowledge of this town.
No,
This is Barry, and I'd rather not do that.
Do
this
not-
this is Joe, and I understand why you don't want to drive from where you are to where this is, because I understand that.
well, this is Shayna, and I think that everybody should tune in tomorrow.
Well, this is Bryan, and I think we're going to close out this show with some Artie. All right, and we want to thank Barry Funkhouser for
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks, Barry.
being our first guest on this amazing inaugural whatever this is. I'm not sure. We're going to call it a show. We're going to call it the local show.
You
And
will be back.
You better tune in to tomorrow night's show where we got Blaine and
Blaine Laramie and Jake Gallo at 7 p.m. You can find us here on Facebook,
There you
Twitch,
go.
or YouTube. Or go to our website, thelocalshow.net.
check out everybody, and we will see you soon. Check out our whatever the alerts, notifications, whatever the things you need to do to
Just look for us everywhere.
get alerted. But it's 7 o'clock Pacific time if you're wondering if you're in Europe or some other crazy place. All right, so this is the local show for Bryan, Shayna, and Joe, and Artie, and Barry. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Plus. All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.